fun sitting across from you. It's like we're in an interrogation. Okay, wait. Mine's always weird. So let's. Yeah, I'm scared.
Why are they 13%? It tastes good, but you could tell it has liquor.
Take me back to the time we met.
I mean, that's so sad.
I got a lot of sad shit in my life.
Don't do that.
I know. I truly believe. Are we recording? Yeah. I truly believe that what you put out into the universe, you'll receive back.
So you're putting out sadness?
No.
Okay.
Like,
excuse me?
No, I'm just like in a kind of a harder season of life where it's so much easier to be negative. And I know that like you have to be positive, but it's funny because when I used to be like that positive girl, it's because I didn't really have negative shit going on in my life. And now when you're going through the thick of it, it's like, oh, where's the positivity?
Yeah.
You know, like, come on. And then I'm like, this is my time to like put the proof in the pudding. If that makes sense.
For sure. I think like every time, even if I say something like shortly negative about myself, then you fucking always correct me. Like, don't say that. Don't say that.
Yeah, but then I'm over here just being an asshole to myself.
Yeah.
And it's part of like self harm and self deprecation. Is that the right word? Deprecation?
As long as it's not defecate, it's pooping.
Excuse me.
So it's not that for sure.
Yeah, so I need to be the girl that I always
give to other people.
That's like my goal. But it's so hard. But like if it was easy, everyone would do it.
Yeah. No, I feel like there's just some things that you go through where you like kind of just pause in time.
Take me back to the time we met.
I feel like songs like that make me think of like the TikToks of like somebody passing away or something. And like, bro, that's so sad to me. I think like the older you get, when you go through like more and more like passings, because obviously everyone gets older, right? So like the people around you get older at like all the same time, like if you have a bigger family. So I know like when my grandpa passed away, this was like maybe it was like almost 3 years ago when he passed, but like that was me in my mid-20s. So now that I'm like older, I think that I like would have navigated it differently.
How did you navigate it then?
So when he passed away, we knew he was sick for a long time because he was like older already. And he had lung problems, and he had like previous strokes, and he also had like surgery like on his heart and like his arteries and stuff. And so we knew that he was just older. So when they called us and they told us like, oh, he's like really bad, we like flew the same day to Guadalajara. We made it to see him and stuff. But,
thank God you made it.
Yeah, I literally left work. Like I was in the middle of a client. I was like, bye, I gotta go. I like finished. I bought my ticket and I like took the next flight. Like I drove all the way to the Bay Area to be with my family, and we like left all together.
Dang.
Like I just left. And
so you feel like you would do that different now?
No, not that part of it. So I'm like super grateful that I did make it in time, because so in Mexico, well, like where my dad's from, I don't know if this is like in all parts of Mexico, but where my parents are from, or my dad, because both my parents are from different parts.
Wait, sorry, I'm getting way off topic, but where are they from?
My dad is from San Jose de Gracia,
okay,
and then my mom's from Cocula.
Okay,
so for both, we fly into Guadalajara. So we like flew directly there, and what I was saying was that basically in Mexico, it's different than the way they do it here. So here they'll like hold on to a body for weeks.
They do it like boom.
Yeah,
Mexico,
over there
sure, yeah.
Within 24 hours, the person's like laid to rest. Everything's over. Like in my dad's town, they don't do embalming.
Oh, okay.
So the person literally is like
laying there,
fresh off the slab at the hospital, and they just get put into a casket. So I think that what I'm trying to say and what I would have done different was that when my grandpa did pass away, I had just left, and like I didn't give Juanito time to get off work. I didn't like
You're
I took
bye,
no
I gotta
time.
go.
Yeah, I just like left. And once my grandpa did pass away, I had called my husband obviously to tell him like, what the fuck, like my grandpa really just passed away, blah blah, like whatever. And he was like I'll get on the next flight, like I'm gonna be on my way, like I'm coming. And I was like, no, don't come.
That's self-deprecation.
No, and I think that in that time, because so in like Hispanic households, the oldest child is always like who people look to be like, what do we do? You know?
You're like the leader of the family.
No, my dad's the oldest of his siblings.
No, I mean like the oldest person is like the leader of the family, for sure.
And so like since my dad was there, and it was just him, my little sister and me, like from our immediate family, like out of all the kids, and like his spouse wasn't there or anything. And so I had told Juanito, like, I think that because my dad is going to have so much, like, some like things that are going to be so heavy on him that I don't want you to come to be like my comfort when I can like go home and deal with it after. And right now I'd rather be here to like help my dad navigate through like all the things that we have to get done to have his services be done, because it's all in one day. So you're literally like running around crying in the whole city, because like you don't really drive anywhere in those towns. They're hella small. So you're just walking around like, I gotta go to City Hall to pick a casket, and I gotta go pick out a spot and a plaque,
gotta go
and
find food.
Yeah, you gotta do everything all within that time frame. And so when he was like, oh, I'm gonna come, like I know that you need me there, whatever, I was like, do not come. Right. And like now that I get older, even though it's only been like 3 years, I realize like if I go through something hard, the first person I run to is my partner. And I think that that's just like me kind of like letting down a wall, even though it's been like 15 years. Like finally I'm like, oh, okay, like I know I can come to you, like you're always there, you know. And sometimes you might not love their answers, but it puts me like in, I guess, a softer era of like being more vulnerable to be like, I can't do everything by myself. I need my partner, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I'm still in well, it's because you're married too. Mm-hmm. And for me, people are like, but what does marriage change? But what does marriage change? And in my head, it changes a lot psychologically. So like if Luis was my husband, I think that I would think more on that level. But because we're not married, I'm like for instance, the stuff with my dad going on, I would never ask him to like help us.
Really?
No, because he's not my husband.
But he's still your partner, that like you live with him, you have a kid together. Like that's ultimately
like we own
his
a home
family,
together.
You know? That's still his father-in-law.
But like I'm like you kind of. Like I'm like you before you turned into that soft girl era. Mm. It's like there hasn't been that switch in my head that's like he's my family, I can depend on him. Yeah. I can be soft right now. It's like I'm carrying everything on my back, and like back off. Don't add more to my load. Like don't make my life harder. Yeah. And I'm not saying this is a flex. I'm not saying this is like, this is how I think and this is how you should think. If you're watching this, you shouldn't be the way that I am. Yeah. And like that's the beautiful thing about this podcast is like we're going through real life in real time. And at least I'm aware that the way that I am is maybe making things harder for myself. Yeah. But it's like I have to find what's going to get me out of this transition, this I think era.
When you get to say it out loud too, you kind of think a little bit deeper into it.
Yeah, so, you're like, wow, I'm a dumbass.
Well, you're just making, I think that once I realized like that I was shutting him out when he wanted to be there to like be supportive, not in just like the thing with my grandpa or like my grandpa's passing, because like that's just an example that I'm saying, right? But I think that a lot of the time as like women, I think that generationally, our generation, like people in their 20s and 30s, have gone through like this whole social media thing where like we're almost forced to be like, oh, you're so independent, be a strong woman. Bitch, bitch. Yeah. And then you kind of realize like, oh, I don't really care to be that. Yeah. To prove to who? If you're going to be by yourself.
Okay, so maybe just from the little bit that I know of you, maybe you are like that. You were like that with Juan because growing up, you had to be very independent and very like, very much take care of your own self.
Yeah, for sure.
And so then you carried that into your marriage. Same way for me. Growing up, if I had a problem, I didn't run to my mom and dad and be like, Mom and Daddy, like, help me. It would be like...
You just kind of figured it out.
Yeah, you figure it out. You find solutions. And so as a woman now, that's just how...
How you process or think things through.
Yep. And thank God for this podcast because we're able to like reflect on it and be like, wait, is that the healthiest, best way? Am I going to get the results that I want in life by being this way?
Yeah, which is funny that you say that you're not like that with Lewis because you guys are not like on a paper married or like physically married, when like any other time that we've spoken, you're like, oh, I love that man. Like I need him. Like, you know what I mean? I do
love him.
And so that's much. Like funny that you're not like running to be like, oh, you know, like this is what I need from you, like as my partner, you know? Because to me, like like I said before, like I'm a little bit drier in emotions. Like we don't show a lot of affection, but I know like if I needed something, I could literally be like, I need this from you. Like it has to happen, you know?
Like give me an example.
It could be anything. Like, okay, I have a struggle at the shop. Like, look, the fucking toilet flooded, my guy. I have no idea, you know? Like something as simple as that. And he'd be like, okay. And then like he works in the Bay Area, so say he can't come. He's literally calling like an uncle, something like somebody's coming to come fix it. You know what I mean?
If Luis would do that, he would get home and I would just be like...
But so hot I think that it obviously that has to do with how he was raised. Like his dad is very dependable too, like to his mom, and I'm sure that they like not use each other for a lot of things, but like they know that they need each other. On each other. Yeah, they lean on each other. That's a better way to put it.
So my way with Luis is if I were to like be like, babe, I need this from you, he would do it. Mm-hmm. It's just it physically pains me to get to the point of being like, so I need your help.
Yeah.
That's the part that's so hard for me because I've lived 32 years of like, I have a problem, I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah.
And he's seen me have problems and he's seen me figure it out. So I think even in his head, he's like, oh, she's a bad bitch. She's going to figure this shit out. And so like to me, when I do ask for help, it makes me feel very weak. But for him, he's just like, oh, yeah, I'll help you.
I've had friends, too, where they're, like, in a relationship and they're like, I don't want to ask because I don't want them to, like, throw it in my face. Do you ever feel like that? I don't want to be like, oh, hey, can you help me do this and this? And then, like, the next day they're going to be like, well, that's why you made me fucking wash the dishes yesterday because you didn't have time. Da, 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 da. Do you ever feel like that's maybe why you don't want to ask?
In this podcast, I want to be like, no.
Yeah.
Because it's like public.
Yeah.
But if we're talking real life, sometimes, and I think that's so common in relationships.
No, yeah, that's why I'm saying it out loud. Because like I said, I've had a lot of friends like tell me that, you know? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I'm sure there's been times Juanito has done the same thing where he's told me like, girl, didn't you ask me to do this yesterday because you were going to do that? And then I don't. And then I'm like, hey, I need you to do this.
Literally. You know? I've done the same to Luis, you know?
Yeah.
Gosh, relationships are so hard, especially when you have a baby and you're not married. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to throw that out there because before I had a baby, I was like, I'm not going to get married. Like, I just thought I knew it all. And I was, but
you had on your mind that you weren't going to get married, but you always wanted to be a mom, or you didn't?
I never wanted to be a mom.
Okay.
It was just like, I was like, I don't need to be married to have a baby.
Okay.
I don't need to be married to buy a home with someone. Mm-hmm. I don't need to, I lived in this fantasy land where I thought I knew what I wanted, but now that I'm here, I'm like, oh, if I could go back, I would definitely do this in different steps.
Okay.
And it doesn't pain me to say that. Like, I don't care if people are on the other end of the screen being like, ha ha, she up.
No, I don't think it's a fuck up. I think your life worked out the way that it was supposed to, and like you made a family out of it, and that's like what's important, you know?
Yeah, but now there's all these hiccups because of the path we chose. Uh-huh. And most of the hiccups are self-induced by myself because of my brain.
Mm-hmm. But even then, even if you would have done it the other way, whatever you're thinking is your right way, or like the opposite of what you would have done, once you get married, like the problems don't go away. It's kind of like putting or like saying the sentence, or like how people say the phrase of like, oh, a baby's not going to fix it. You know what I mean? So like that piece of paper or that celebration is not going to change.
But what if it does psychologically in my head? Like I'm like, oh my God, I'm a married woman.
It gives you like the security, or like I'm a wife, or you know what I mean? Yeah, I guess, yeah, that would work, but it's not like it changes like who you are.
Right. No, it doesn't.
Like you should be just as important on Friday as you were on Saturday for your wedding. Like I don't think that changes much.
I think I have a lot of lack of self-love too, for sure. It might not look like that on the internet.
Yeah. Well, because it's what you promote a lot. Like, love yourself. Like, no, telling people, like, make sure you love yourself. You're a girl. Love yourself. You know what I mean? So.
But who am I? I think I'm speaking to myself.
Yeah. For sure. That's a good thing, though. No, how you were saying, like, to manifest it. How you speak things out into existence. And you're like, maybe if I put this out and make somebody else feel good, then it'll make me also realize, like, oh, you know what? I should listen to what I'm saying too, and that makes me feel good that way too.
Yeah, now that I have a daughter too, I'm like, what would I tell Gianna?
Yeah.
And
for sure.
And then I'm like, ooh, like that puts it into perspective real quick. Like, yeah, it does for sure.
Yeah. You're like,
I was gonna give like an example, but then I'm like, ooh, then I'm gonna roast the shit out of myself. Gosh, I think it's a combination.
But there's also so many moms that watch you. You know, like I think that a lot of the worry of social media is like the way people are going to view it. But there is people that are going through the same thing as you, and they're going to reflect on it differently than like the people that actually say like fucked up things to you.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
speaking of social media, my phone's recording. I was looking through my DMs the other day, and because I never really do. And I got such sweet messages from people telling me how great of a mom they think I am, and like how great of a person they think I am. And I was like, damn, when I'm in the dumps, I really need to go through the DMs because people are really freaking nice to me in here, and it really does like uplift me. And it gives me like that motivation to keep going and keep being like authentically myself. Like I don't need to put on a show and act like nothing. Like I just need to show up and be myself, even if I'm admitting to the world like I lack self-love or I what is that called?
Self-sabotage?
I self-sabotage, yeah. And I don't want to be like that. And I hope that one day I can sit in this chair and be like, so I'm letting my man take care of me. I'm asking for help. Like,
but he does take care of you. You guys just have different ways of like showing love. We've talked about that a lot too, right?
For sure.
So like you said, I could literally say tomorrow I want a pulled pork sandwich, and that's what that man's gonna make. You know what I mean?
100%.
You just show love in a different way. It's not that you're not taken care of.
Yeah, that man, he is the best chef in America in my mind. And one of the things that I love that I don't know, I've like really stressed this on the internet is sleep. I love to sleep. And this man wakes up every morning with our daughter and lets me sleep until literally whenever. Like I could wake up at 11 o'clock and he'd be like, hi.
Whatever. Oh, well, he also works in the morning, right?
Yeah. And so he'll be like, if I sleep in, he'll just take care of Gianna and work at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, like on his computer. And then as soon as I like wake up, he'll like go into his office. But he's not going to be like, hey, wake up.
Yeah.
He's just going to wait for me.
No, and you know what's funny with that is that like for me, I'm opposite. So like my husband works Monday through Friday because he's like a blue collar man, right? And so I work Monday through Saturday. And I don't know why, but it irks me so bad that I get up on Saturday and you're still laying there.
Oh my gosh, I could see that.
So he'll literally get up and be like, you want me to drive you to work so you could get coffee? I'll be like, yes. I want you to physically have to get up. I want you to brush your teeth and get your day started. Because why are you going to lay around all day? Like,
but then he could just like easily go back home and like fall.
And I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
He probably watches 600 episodes of Naruto and keeps his day pushing. Like,
but he did work Monday through Friday. So
no, yeah,
like,
for sure. I think for me, it's just like I have to get up and leave, and you're going to just lay here all cozy. I don't think so.
The fact that he's learned like, oh, let me just drive her, and that'll make her feel like that's the type of shit in relationships that really keeps the longevity.
Oh, for sure.
Is like when it doesn't make sense in general. But when you know it makes sense to your partner, me and Luis just had that conversation.
Did you?
Yeah. We were like in an argument the other day and I was like explaining to him like what I needed. And he's like, that doesn't make sense. And I was like, but it's what I want.
Yeah.
And he's like, so this is what you need me to do? I'm like, yes. And he's like, well, if that's what you need me to do, let's do it. And I'm like, yeah, like that will just make our relation, that'll make me happier.
Yeah.
And that's truly like, it doesn't have to make sense to everybody. It just has to make sense for you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
And as long as it's not
like
toxic.
as long as that dynamic, yeah, for sure. I think that's what people confuse too a lot.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh, it makes me happy to have a password, or it makes me happy, and I'm like, bitch.
You're like, bitch, that is not healthy in a relationship. I'm talking about something like that. Like, you just want him to wake up and bring you to work because you're irritated that you have to come in and wake up early. And
exactly. It's the little things, you know?
It really is.
I'm like, you could go back home and fall asleep, but in my mind, I already pretended you started your whole day. You got it moving. You fucking cleaned the kitchen.
Cleaning,
you did something.
Fixing something.
Yeah. I'm going to get home and the house is going to look exactly the same. But in my head, you did something because you were awake when I left.
That's us being such Mexicans. Like, we're just like, you can't lay around and do nothing all day. You know?
I think that's probably has a lot to do with it, too. Just knowing, like, I got to get up and go, and you're just going to enjoy your Saturday. That's crazy.
Wait until you have kids. That's so, I hate when people are like, wait till you have kids, but it's so true.
Yeah, no, I get that too. Like, my sister has 5 kids, so I've definitely seen like the dynamic change. I always say like the good thing for us is that we have like a really close family.
Village.
Yeah. My in-laws are literally my neighbors.
Yeah, your village is going to come in clutch for sure.
And my mother-in-law, so Juanito's the oldest out of all of his siblings, and she's literally, like, her youngest is, Liza's 24, right? Lisa?
That's her youngest?
She's the youngest of all the 6 siblings.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then Juanito's the oldest. He's 31.
Okay.
So if there's 6 kids from 24 to 31, they're all like a year, some months apart, right?
Yeah.
Like they're all very close in age.
That's hot.
So now that you're so stupid. And so now that we're in this age, like after 24, like anybody could be married, have kids. Like now she's just waiting, you know, like she's who the fuck's going to give me a grandkid?
Right.
And so I think that once that time does come, they're going to be such good like grandparents and aunts and uncles, like between his siblings and like my siblings, that we won't have a hard time. Cause at the end it's your kid. You're not just gonna be like, okay, next person take him. But I think that it'll help us navigate.
100%. And it won't be like you're doing everything or he's doing everything. You're able to rely on somebody else to like take the load when you both are like having work.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
You know?
Yeah, and I kind of figured out, like, when we were doing the IUIs, like, Juanito definitely asked me, like, are you going to slow down, you know? Or, like, what are you going to do?
Because for those of you guys who don't know, Alondra, she just said she works Monday through Saturday, and there's some days where she will have, like, 7 or 8 clients.
Yeah, like, I'm here from, like, 6:30, 7:30 in the morning till, like, 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. But the good thing about my job is that...
Because she knows how to be a bad bitch.
Oh, my God. You crazy.
Yeah.
No, but I think the good thing, like...
I think that's what bonds us together. I'm sorry, go ahead.
That we both like hustle.
Yeah, we're both just like, how can we maximize our output with what we input?
Yeah, but I think that or when we were doing the IUIs, we kind of, when he asked me like, oh, you know, would you slow down if you became a mom, or, you know, and I just knew in my head, like, my career is so like easy to manage my own time.
Yeah, build your own schedule.
I literally told him, I was like, I literally can cut 2 days out where I'm at home like 3 to 4 days a week. And then he's off Saturday and Sunday, so that's 6 days. Like, you would only need like 1 day of somebody watching.
That's such a blessing,
you know what I mean?
Your schedule and your clients. Like, you could call me and be like, "Hey, you're gonna come in the shop at 9 p.m." I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm there." Like,
exactly.
We will all.
Well, and I can overload myself for 3 days to have 4 days at home. You know, like, I don't mind working.
I'm gonna be that person there though. That's like, but what about your self-care day?
Yeah,
because you're gonna need that too. Because I was in the same mindset as you. Is like, oh, I can gas myself out these days and then be with the family those days, and then I'm like, wait, what about myself?
Yeah, you're like, where the fuck does that?
Then I turned into a mega with no self-care.
But time. I think things like this, like you leaving the house, or like, I know for a long time you were like not stuck at home, because you're not stuck. No, I love to be at home, like with Gigi and in your own house and stuff. But I think that, like, now that you came in, or like we started the podcast, and like you build a relationship with the other girls here and like stuff like that.
I have friends.
Yeah. So like when you like have a second where you're like, this is too hard in the home, like, let me just run over there and hang out with my girls or whatever, you know? And that also gives you like your own time. Like, self-care doesn't always have to be, I'm going to go get my eyelashes done or my nails done, or, you know what I mean?
Self-care can be going to a friend's house and scrolling on your phone and taking a little nap and taking time out. Literally. It could be anything.
Yeah. And literally, you came the other day and you hung out for a little bit, and you're like, okay, I'm good. And I was like, all right, have a good one.
Yeah, literally, some tea. Me and Luis got into like a little bit of an argument. I don't even know what the argument was about. And I literally got my ass in the car, came here because I live like 20 minutes away. And I literally just came in the podcast room, and I like low-key took a nap, like Alondra just said. And then that prevented us from like spiraling into like a really deep argument.
Yeah. I think that, like, I've always, whenever, like, obviously as friends, you open up and you talk about certain things that you wouldn't just say out loud, like for social media.
Yeah.
But I've always told you, like, just make sure you're learning to not take it too far. I think a lot of people make the mistake, like, as a married woman, quote unquote, right? Yeah. You know, I am really married.
As a vieja.
Yeah, literally. As someone that's married, I think that, like, one of the biggest mistakes you can make is, like, letting an argument go too far.
Example, on Tuesday when me and Luis were in a fight, I literally Googled custody agreement.
And I was like, you're literally
That's
nuts.
Crazy.
People argue in relationships all the time. You know what I mean? And it's not like you...
It's not like I meant that. It's just
a lot of the times you think of, like, I know I've done this with Juanito, where you think of, like, what is the worst outcome that can possibly happen? We're getting divorced. We're moving now. What am I going to do with this room now that he's going to be gone? In your head, literally. You, like, as a woman, you run through every single scenario.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then you literally go home and you're like, you know what? You're my person. I'm like,
you know what? I love you.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I feel like when I was younger, obviously I've been with Juanito for a really long time, and there was times where I would be like, I fucking hate you, this and that, you know? Mm-hmm. But as you get older, you kind of learn to understand that, like, there's a lot of things that you could say to somebody. No, not that you're not going to agree on, because you're not going to agree with your partner on everything. You're not the same person.
Right.
You know? But I think that, like, if you have a disagreement or an argument and then you, like, take it to the depths of, like, I'm fucking leaving, or, like, some crazy shit like that, when you know you're not, because it's just, like, some little argument that's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But in your head, you take it there. Like, that person that you're saying that to, or if somebody said that to you, you're going to hold on to that.
For sure. I've traumatized the out of Luis.
But you know what I mean? Like, you remember that, and then every time you have that argument, it's, oh, well, last time you said that you were going to leave anyways, and this and that. And it's like, even if you can say sorry or take back the argument, or you guys make up, like, you can't take back what you already put out. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So that's always going to be like, they're always going to be stored up there in, like, those chambers in the memory box, and like now what?
Luis, literally, when we first started dating, I would say some crazy shit to him because I was just in my toxic girl era, and I thought I could just spew whatever I wanted out. And then when we were done fighting, I was like, I'm just like, I don't mean any of that. I love you. Yeah. And he would be like, bitch, what the and he would forgive me. But then like later on, he'd be like, you know what? I forgave you. But like, I didn't forget all that crazy shit you said to me. And I'm like, what do you mean you didn't forget it? And he's like, I remember. And
you're like, when I said sorry, you were supposed to like
delete all memory.
What is it, like control
alt delete, empty the trash can.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, Brooke, that's not how it works. Like for example, I would say something about like him, like as a character flaw. And he'd be like,
you're like, and that's why you have 6 nose hairs, and now he trims them every fucking day because he's scared.
Shit like that. And so then he would be like, I don't forget it, I forgive you, but it's there. So he's like, you really have to watch out what you say, because if you don't want me to remember it, don't say it. Exactly. And I have for sure grown in that way. And then when I see like my sisters fight with their significant others, I'm like, oof, I used to be there.
Yeah.
You know? So I have grown a little bit.
That's good.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're going to grow. I think like when people are like, people never change. People change every fucking day.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't believe that. Like, obviously, they still have like their morals and their values stay the same.
But, like,
whatever.
habits can change.
Yeah.
And like ways of treating you can change, I think.
Oh, for sure. That's the same thing you just said, that you told Luis, I need this, this, and this from you. And he's like, I don't get it, but I'll fucking do it.
True.
He's like, if that's what you need from me, then that's what you need.
Yeah. One topic that I feel like is very taboo to talk about is finances. But I kind of want to bring it up a little bit because it's something me and Luis just dipped our toes into. Okay. So we've been together almost 7 years, and we've never shared finances. Like, it's always ever. Like, he doesn't know what bills go out for me, and I don't know what bills go out for him. All we know is that we have this list of bills that we have together, and that we need to
you guys are like, we know we own a house, we have a kid, and
literally we
this
know
month has to stay on.
Yes, literally. And so I thought, because I heard this white girl on YouTube. Her name's Tiffany D. If anybody knows her, like, or has watched her, she's been around forever. Leave it in the comments.
Tiffany D.
Yeah. But I remember when I was in high school, I heard her say that her and her husband, literally husband, paid the mortgage. And then besides that, they kept it to themselves. And I remember thinking like, wow, if this white girl is saying that's how she does it, this must be the way. Even though my parents like paid bills together, and everyone else that I know pays bills together, right? Yeah. So I've just kept that in my head ever since. So then when I got together with Luis, I was like, hey, I'm the one who said it. I was like, you keep your bank account, I keep my bank account, and then we'll have one joint one for just our like 3 bills that we share. And that's what we've done ever since. But recently, I don't really know what's made us kind of transition, but one day I woke up and I was like, hey, I'm going to start putting all of my money into our joint account. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, like, I don't know. I just feel like it'll bring us closer together. Like, if we're like tackling these things as a team. Cause like,
I think that, like what me and you have discussed is that you have a hard time like working out your schedule, right? To not, feel like you're always working.
Yeah.
So what I had like told you was to basically
have a schedule.
Not have a schedule. I've told you that many times too, but like when you join those accounts, and like, because you're saying that you're never one to ask, you rather just like figure it out.
Yeah.
I think that in a partnership, finances also take like a big toll in like stress. That's
the number one reason for divorce in the United States of America. Is finances.
And I think that a lot of that is like people like us, where we're like, we'll figure it out. We're independent. It's okay.
Yeah, like if I didn't have the money for something, I would figure it out, versus going to Luis and being like, hey, I don't got the money for this.
Yeah. But then you're putting like that, it gives you like stress, some kind of stress or like anger towards that person for not being like, I know that you need this, or this needs to be covered, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'm taking the load fully on, and I'm not even letting him in on like, oh, I'm stressed out.
You're mad because you're stressed out, and he's like,
he's over here buying new shoes.
Yeah, because he had no idea.
Literally.
And so I think that a lot of that has to do with, like I said, we want to be independent, we want to figure it out, kind of thing.
Be a bad bitch.
Yeah, and like you're not burdening anybody but yourself.
Literally
doing that, right? So I think that like what I had told you a while back was like, if you guys put everything that you like, obviously you like to go shopping, that's not Luis's problem, obviously, at all, right?
Yeah.
And so I think like if you guys have a certain amount in one account that you match. Like, let's say, okay, you each put like $1,000 a week into this bank account, right? And then everything that has to do with the household comes out of those $1,000 per week,
so
right?
You're saying for us to put in equal amounts?
Yeah. I think that an equal amount is fair too, because whatever the equal amount that you guys add up to, that evens out to be you guys each splitting it. There's a lot of households that don't believe in 50-50. That's fine too. Because like we said in the other podcast, like if I could sit at home all day and live the same life, I would be cooking and cleaning.
Literally.
But in the time that we live in and the lives we want to live, that's just not feasible. Yeah.
For sure.
I think that like what makes it easier for me, Juanito, is like we come together, you kind of you figure out whatever amount you need for like your mortgage or rent or whatever it is, your utilities, your food. Yeah.
Our daughter's school.
Exactly. Because like you going out to the grocery store and spending $500 extra a month, like why is that fair?
Right, like it should be a group activity, a group effort for sure. And that's what we were doing. Tea. You can only get the tea on the podcast. Pew, 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 pew. It's true. I feel like in the podcast we reveal things that people have always wondered about us, and like we're just like, F it, let's just say it, because like
I think like I don't. Like I said in the other one, I don't see anything wrong with it. So like I
don't see anything wrong with it.
It's not like we're saying anything wrong. I think that sometimes we try to like catch ourselves like, am I supposed to share this, or maybe I shouldn't say that on here? But I think that there's always somebody out there thinking the way that you think.
Yes, and there's people out there that might think we have it all together or might look up to us, but it's like, no, bitch, we are figuring this out.
Yeah, too. We also have influencers we watch that we want to be like, you know what I mean? Literally, like we all have somebody that we aspire to be, or like correcting ourselves or making ourselves better or figuring out what dynamic works best for our life. And so I think that maybe somebody hearing
like, wow, she doesn't have all together, or she is struggling with that too. Like I also don't share finances with my man, and I have trouble giving up self-sabotage. Yeah, or like giving up control. Stuff like that.
Because people want to seem so independent when you really don't have to. Like if your partner is a good partner, you don't have to be.
Yeah, like what's the point, Brooklyn? I'm talking to myself right now. What is the point in doing? I think, okay, if I truly think about it, I think I know why. Let's envision you and Juanito and me and Luis were a team, right? Like, let's say we were on a game show and it was like couple against couple, right? In my head, I want to be the strongest, sharpest, most reliable partner. I don't want him to have to carry me uphill. I don't want him to have to do things for me. I want to be able to be just like strong, and I don't want him to have to worry about me. I don't know where I got that, like, that mentality, but that is truly where it all stems from, and that comes down to everything. Like I don't want him to have to worry about me financially, physically, emotionally. But it's funny that I say all this, because if he were to watch this podcast, he'd be like, bitch, I worry about you all the time. And I'm over here thinking,
well, because what is the point of having a partner if you don't need them for anything? I feel like men also want to feel wanted.
I am
it has to give them how you're saying like, oh, Juanito's a blue collar man, that's hot, or you know what I mean? Like it has to give them also some sort of satisfaction to be like, oh yeah, like she can't do that shit if I don't do it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It has to make them happy in some sense.
He has to feel needed,
because we're human. Like you want to be wanted. You want to be like.
Well, Luis knows I won't eat unless he feeds me. Literally.
She's like, I'm gonna die of
He'll be like, you haven't eaten today. I'm like, well, you haven't fed me.
Yeah. You're like, so what happened? Yeah.
And Luis wouldn't like have a good time if I wasn't around. He literally said that like yesterday. I was gone all day, and he was like, it was so boring. And I was like, oh, you miss me? He's like, yeah, like my fun partner wasn't here, you know?
I always tell Juanito that. I'm like, you're my entertainment system. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like for 5 weeks he worked in Santa Cruz. And
is he done working there? Mm-hmm. Yay, he's home. Woo!
And like not even home. He's working in San Jose, but it's closer for him to drive every day.
And he's not staying out there.
No. When he's in San Jose, it's only like 2 hours, so he won't stay out there. Well, because Santa Cruz was like 4 hours for him. And I was like, bro, you're just going to have to stay out there. The amount of gas and time you're wasting, like you don't even get to sleep. You're literally just coming home to eat and like leave again. Like that's stupid.
Yeah.
But like in those 5 weeks that he was gone, I was kind of like, bro, what am I supposed to do? Mm-hmm. I would get off work and then I would just lay there like.
That's how you know you're in a good marriage.
Like, what the hell? You know, like, I literally, even if we're not, like, doing anything, I think that just, like, you kind of turn around and you see the person there and you're like, okay. you know,
literally,
whatever.
Literally,
like they're here.
I feel like Luis would say the same thing about me. Like, we're not doing anything, but like just your energy, your vibe, your aura.
Like you're here. Exactly.
And I love, I think I've said this on the podcast before. I think that the best duos are the quiet boy with the talkative girl.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. The more reserved woman with like the more outgoing man.
Literally. We've said that before too, that like we're literally in opposite positions.
Yeah, I don't know why that is, but it's hot to me that Luis just sits there and observes.
Why is that your phrase of the day? What have you been watching? That's hot. What is this, Paris Hilton?
No, but it really is. Like if Luis were to be loud and obnoxious and like me, I don't think I would be attracted to him. The fact that he's just this quiet, observing man is like, ooh, so mysterious. What you thinking in there? And it's
so
like
mysterious, but I wash your underwear. Imagine.
No, for real. No, he's so mysterious, but he's sitting there and he's probably like, like watching a fly go by or something. I don't know.
And you're like, that's my man.
Yeah, for real. We're so stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm gonna get married on this podcast.
On the podcast?
Not on the podcast, but I think like one day I'll come in and
we're gonna do a whole fucking episode. Finally,
we boned 15 times on the honeymoon.
You're so stupid. That is nuts.
Rapid fire. What are 3 things that are most important to you in your relationship for you to be happy? And that just like, I'm saying that because for me, I'm a very, what is the word?
I don't fucking know. What are you trying to say to me?
Not a horn dog, but you know what I mean? Like to
what's...
me, I'm like, I always want to be intimate with my man.
I think intimacy is like one of them.
Like that's top.
I don't think that it has to be like sexually. I think intimacy is like so many things.
It is.
Because if like if I lay on the couch and I'm like literally not even paying attention to Juanito being there, he would literally like just come and then like lay like on top of my whole body or something.
That's hot.
I feel like that's like it's like some form of intimacy. You know what I mean? Like little things like that. So intimacy, yeah, for sure.
Intimacy.
I think.
Otherwise, you're just brother and sister. Huh? You know what I mean? Like if you don't share intimacy, example, like you're saying he would just come lay on you. The other day I was so tired and I was laying in bed and Luis knew that I didn't even have energy to like talk. And he just like let me lay like on him like this. Mm-hmm. And that to me was like our intimacy of the day.
Yeah. You're like, cool. We didn't say shit, but we're both here. Fuck
and
it.
like, and I felt your presence and I know that you were wanting to be there with me. Like, you know, but like if they didn't do that and he just like came into the bed and like was on his phone, like that would me up. You know, like I need here. That. Yeah, it would me up here, not down there. You know, but like I need intimacy.
That sounds funny though, because I sometimes if I hug Juanito, if I hug him and like you know you could tell somebody doesn't want to hug you, right?
For sure.
So say I'm hugging him, I know that the hug is over or it's enough for him when he goes like this.
You're like, well, fuck me.
Yeah. I'll literally be hugging him and then I just feel like.
That is so funny.
Like a whole minute later, like, okay, bitch, the hug is long enough. Let it go.
I think that's every hug with me and Luis. Because, like, I'll just smother him.
And I literally look up at him like, do you want me to let go of you? And he'll be like, oh, no, it's fine. You fucking lying. You're lying. Because the tap said it was over. Like, he literally tapped out of the hug like we were wrestling. What are you talking about? Right. I just know. So intimacy for sure. I don't know. I think that.
For me, it's intimacy. He has to make me laugh. Like there has to be humor. Like I cannot, like Luis is a very quiet person, but one of the things I love about him is when you break down that wall and you become one of those people that he's like safe with, if that makes sense. He is funny as you know, but he's not funny as to the general public. Like he's not going to give anybody his humor. He's just going to give his people
to the general public. You're super.
You know what I mean though? Like, and so like when I tell people he's funny, they're like, what? Like he doesn't even talk that much. It's like, oh no, but when he does, he's funny as and like I need that because I can't have a triad.
You're like, this guy's a comedian, and then you look at him and again the fly is flying like, by. He's like
but he is.
No, that for sure is super important to me too. Like Juanito is literally hella goofy.
Yes, goofiness. That's what it is. Even if you're not like traditionally funny, like the goofiness will go a long way for me.
Yeah. And I think also like keeping a spark. I think that like keeping a spark is so important because
like him putting an effort to keep a spark.
Yeah, for sure. Like how we said on the other episode, like, oh, I hadn't received flowers in hella long because I told him like I don't like flowers. But then like one day you just show up and you're like, maybe she likes them now. Things change, you know? Here you go. And, or like just stuff like that where like waking up and being like, oh, you're off today. What do you want to do?
Oh, that's,
you know, and
that's
like
hot.
Just like continuing to like do stuff together or like we literally will be like, oh, let's go take our god. We have 9 god kids. We don't have any kids, but we have hella god kids.
Yeah.
And so like, oh, let's go get so and like one of our god kids, and we're gonna go to the pumpkin patch, or let's go to brunch. Oh, I'll tell him all the time. Like my father-in-law plays soccer in like a 50 and over league.
Okay.
And he plays every Sunday. So a few months ago, when I was like going to the gym and stuff still with like Lisa, I would be like, I would come home and like I showered and stuff. I'm just sitting there. I'd be like, hey, call your parents and find out like what time your dad plays at. And it would be like, oh, he plays at 11. But when I would get home, it would be like 7 a.m. And I'd be like, oh, call him and see if they want to go have mimosas. And we would like all the 3 of us for weeks, or the 4 of us are the 3 of us. The 4 of us probably for like 4 or 5 weeks in a row. We just like got up and we just knew like Sundays we're having mimosas before the soccer game. And we would go like have breakfast, and it would just be like the 4 of us because we're like the only 2 couples in the family.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And like just stuff like that. And it's cool too because like they have such a good relationship. Like their relationship is so healthy that it's good to like spend time with other people that are in good relationships.
Spend your time around.
Mm-hmm. It's a reflection of you.
If you're gonna take one thing from this podcast specifically, Alondra always tells me you're most like the 5 people that you spend the most time around.
Yeah, that's what my best friend told me like years ago. You're a reflection of the 5 closest people to you.
So if you're around people that are negative, cheating on their partners, stealing, like stupid shit like that, like that's not.
It just goes back to like, you know, when you're in high school and you're a girl and like you have a best friend that's like a little quicker than you.
What do you mean quicker?
Like she's fast.
Like she a show?
And then everybody looks at you like, oh, those are the girls that are fast. Oh. They're never like, she's fast, but she's not. Like if you're with that person, like
I see.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
they just like kind of put you like in a collection of humans.
Yes. Yeah. Well, when it comes, what did you say? What is that considered? You and Juan keeping the spark? Luis and I, we get a 1, like 1 out of 10. I don't keep the spark with him, and he doesn't keep the spark with me. Like we both are just so in our own little worlds that like we put each other last.
Okay.
We both do it, you know, like and that's something
which is funny because you guys spend so much time together. Like you guys both work at home.
Yes.
You guys have the same 1 kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everything is inside of your house. So that's so. I think that a lot of the time. Or not a lot of the time, but I think that sometimes people are like, we're always together, but it's just because you're in the same space, but that doesn't mean that you spent time together.
Exactly.
So like some of the weekends that Juanito was out in Santa Cruz, like for maybe 3 or 4 of the weeks, we had something to do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but like all 4 weeks that he came home. And I would literally be like, dude, I literally feel like I didn't spend no time with you.
Because you guys were out doing the
and he would be like, no, we went to a wedding together this weekend. We did this together this weekend. I'm like, yeah, but that's not me spending time with you.
Intimate time.
Like I just didn't see you, you know? Mm-hmm. It was like he would get home on like a Friday, get dressed and be like, oh, we're supposed to go to God knows what. We're supposed to go to dinner with so-and-so.
Tell me why I would see your IG stories and I'd be like, damn, they're out on the streets all weekend. And like that man must be tired.
Yeah, for sure. Like we went to
not the streets, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, like outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. We went to Halo Fest like a few weeks ago. It was like maybe 3 weeks ago. But that was like a Saturday, Sunday thing. And so he got home Friday night from Santa Cruz. He would get home like at 7 p.m. I think we had dinner with like another couple that we hang out with and like Lisa. We all went out, the 5 of us. And we were just hanging out. And then we go home, you go to sleep. And then Saturday comes, and that was the day of the festival. I had to work in the morning, and then my cousin was going to stay with us because he came up from Oakland. And so he was there, and then we spent the whole weekend like with our other family that went with us, which was like Lisa, my brother-in-law, like some of our family friends and stuff. And so there you go, you lose like your Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Because like me and you are together. Yeah, we dance together at the festival or whatever, but like we're not spending time together.
Intimate time together.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Is so important.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying. Like because you guys are always home or like always together.
For sure.
You just feel like, oh, we do a lot of things together, but you're really not doing anything together.
For sure.
And so like sometimes you'll post like, oh, I'm on a dinner date or whatever. And I'm like, that's great. Cause when's the last time you did that? You know?
Mm-hmm. But also Luis needs to get a job outside the house because like we've been in the house since COVID. So 2020 and it's 2025. Like we've been.
And that's probably a lot of people's dynamic right now.
True. If that's your dynamic, like leave it in the comments. I need to know.
Yes.
But also if he was gone all the time, like Juan.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I would be mad at him in a whole different way.
You'd be like, I wish you worked from home.
You're never fucking home. Yeah, literally.
But then I think also like for me, since Juanito and I do get to leave when we come home, like
the time is more like precious.
Yeah, because like it's we get to separate home from work.
And his work is with his work, your work is with your work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so like for you guys, you could get up and go sit at a computer and do your jobs at any time of the day, right? So you kind of can't turn off like what your home life is versus 100%. What your work life is.
Yeah, my office upstairs used to be just mine, but then I moved him up there. And so we're up there all day together. But it's so funny because we have this giant ass king bed that divides our desks. And like he's there, but we're not like locked in like that. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. I don't know. Versus like, or like sometimes like even me working here, like I say like a lot. That's annoying.
That's okay. At least you know it.
Like me leaving the house to work outside or work in the shop or whatever. If Juanito comes for a day where I tell him, oh, I need like some of the lights switched or whatever it is. He obviously is working and then I'm doing my job. It's not like we're sitting there together or, you know, yeah. And then he finishes what he's doing. He'll be like, all right, I'll see you at home. And then he leaves. Like, it's not that we're
spending time together intimately. You're just in the same building doing work at the same time.
Exactly.
So for us, we both agree that our number one is intimacy, humor. And then do you like have a third that's like, my third would be... Oh, I know what my third is, 100%. And this is one of the reasons why I am deeply in love with Luis.
Okay.
There are, God, I don't even know how to explain it in like a way that people are going to be like, okay, that makes sense. So for me, I don't take everything too serious on all levels, okay? And I've had people in the past that I dated and they took shit really serious. And it kind of bothered me. I'd be like,
it's not that deep.
Yeah, like we're just, it's not that deep. Thank you. Yeah. One thing about Luis is him and I are both like that. Like, let me try and find an example. There's just something about his personality that is just like, I don't know how to explain it. He just doesn't take shit that seriously.
Okay.
I've got an example.
Okay.
I found one. Okay.
Me waiting to process. It's loading.
You're like, what is she saying?
Uh-huh.
Okay, this is what I mean. In the past, I've dated somebody, okay? And I had a gym membership. And I remember I didn't pay the gym membership for like 4 months. Okay. And then the gym called me one day and they were like, hey, you owe us $900. And I was like, what?
Fucking gym were you going to?
Right. I'm just throwing out numbers. Okay. I don't know if it was really
$900.
And I remember getting off the phone and crying to this man and being like, they said I owe them $900. I'm not paying it. And he was like, well, you signed a contract. You said you would pay it, so you have to pay it. And I remember being like, why are you taking their side? Yeah. Like, I only have $800 in my bank account, right? Like, So that's the scenario. Now let's fast forward to Luis. Babe, the gym called me and said I owe $900. He'll be like, the gym. Just don't
he'll be like, what are they going to do? Collect it?
Yeah, he'll be like, just don't go back there. Like, don't let him take your money. Like, there's just something about him, it being like so much, like, he just doesn't give a
I think that's also the reassurance he gives you, right?
Yeah, it's like, not that he doesn't give a fuck. It's just he's always going to be on my side.
Okay.
And he's always going to be like he'll literally say it with me.
Yeah.
And not take shit so serious.
Okay.
I don't know if those are character flaws.
No. I mean, that's what works for you guys. Like you said, it just has to make sense to you guys. I'm
does.
not like that.
Like what?
I'm not like...
You're not going to take one side just because it's his side?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But that's just... We've talked about this. That's just me in general. I feel like...
Yeah, like you wouldn't take my side just because it's my side?
Because you're my friend. Yeah.
That's so sad,
I wouldn't be like, damn, bitch, you got to pay them $900. But I'd be like, whoa. Like,
you signed it.
Yeah, like, what do you want me to tell you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like, with me and Juanito, like, it's so many fucking years, dude. Like, there's no way you're gonna agree on every single thing, you know? Mm-hmm. And so I've learned, like, if one of us is wrong, then you're just wrong, you know? And so I think that we just learned to agree to disagree. That makes it a little bit easier for us because, like, there's no way that I'm just gonna be, oh yeah, you said it, so it must be. Versus like how you've said before, like if Luis tells me the sky is turquoise,
baby, the sky is turquoise.
Yeah, and I would literally look at Juanito like, that shit is.
But he'll do the same for me. Like he might be like, what the f*** talking about? But like, which she said, you know, and I love that about him. Oh, and the fourth is music. We both bond so much on music. Mm-hmm. And like we'll be, let's say we're cleaning, he'll like pull out the speaker and like put on a playlist. Yeah. And that playlist is fire. And like if I could never be with a man who like only knew 4 songs or something like that. You know what I mean?
Because like music is so big to you.
Yeah, and then he music is so big to me, and he knows music even more, and he's even more into music than I am.
Yeah.
Man, this podcast really makes me realize how much I love my man.
Wow. She said, I'm going home.
Thank you to my man. Me and Luis tonight. I just think I love dry humping.